You're you. We live. Take this down real quick. Game one of these Eastern Conference quarterfinals. But that's not going to be the main focus of my video today or of this live stream. It's 8:30 where I'm at. And in my last Mass Effect stream, I kind of got into like some hip hop debates, not debates, topics. So I'm gonna get into a little bit more of that, but before I do that, let me go ahead start this off. What it do? What it be? It's your boy ANT. I'll let him win the tip off. It's all good. Repping the game gang. You know we don't play. Trying to shoot it with Larry out the gate. Oh, Mello, you gotta hit those, buddy. It's all good. That was a mismatch. There's a video clip circulating, went viral, where Joe Budden is talking about how, and he's had this point before too on uh, a previous show, but he really believes that in order for Lil Wayne to hit the national stage or to go national or like on that level, he needed Dipset. He needed Dipset to get that New York audience and get a bigger fan base so he could be the best rapper alive and go on that run. You know how fucking crazy that sounds, first of all? Lil Wayne, the motherfucker who had the whole world talking about drop it like it's hot. Wop, 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 drop it like it's hot. CMB gonna make it drop it like it's hot. AI 13 made him drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's like, bruh, what are we talking about right now? Bro had a platinum album. I think before Dipset was even a thing. Bro was on in the middle of his mixtape run. Did New York help break Lil Wayne? How crazy does that sound, bro? And Joe's argument was, well, New York wasn't really, the East Coast wasn't really fucking with Wayne until Dipset started to fuck with him. Really? I mean, to have platinum albums, I mean, somebody got to be fucking. So maybe he wasn't getting played on New York radio, but I mean, New York radio has always been that. It's been kind of like a local radio station. They didn't really start evolving or playing other music until maybe like I mean, they still don't play like a lot of music outside of the East Coast. Sure, they'll play hits. Oh my goodness. Good defense, Mello. It's just crazy to me. And it's not to, like, that was the problem with how the West Coast and New York beef kind of started. Is that West Coast, for how hot they were, they wasn't getting no play on East Coast airwaves because even then, and just kind of like it is now, it's very it's local. Oh shit, let me turn these down. My fault. I'm seem like I'm yelling in the mic. My bad, y'all. Yeah, that's probably better. And it's not like New York has had the talent to sustain those local views. I mean, Jadakiss, 50 Cent, uh, Ja Rule's era, 50. Did I already? Yeah, I said 50 Cent. Wu Tang's era. You had uh, Beanie Siegel was from Philly, and he was getting a lot of New York airplay because he was signed with Rock. Jay Z, of course, they have talent, of course, But to say that Lil Wayne or any other like artist, especially after like the ringtone era, like YouTube was around in 2006. That's when it first popped off, and then motherfuckers started posting like music. It wasn't even like they didn't have Vivo yet. Motherfuckers was still posting MP3 files and shit. Oh my god, AI wide open three. We'll take that all day. Yeah, I think Wayne, if I'm not mistaken, had one, if not multiple, platinum albums before Dipset was even a thing. And here's the thing: I may be misconstrued, and I may be like, this is just me. Dipset didn't get a whole lot of play where I'm at. I'm in Colorado. And if I heard some of their shit, like yeah, like Cameron, Jewels, Jim Jones, they all went on their respective runs, and then the whole Bird Gang Dipset group, like highly influential at the time in New York. And here's the thing though, he said Wayne started to dress like them and gave him that stamp, and motherfuckers wasn't even rocking with one. Maybe to some, maybe to some New Yorkers, uh, Wayne wasn't heard of, but I mean, coming from somebody who like I watched BET like the when 106 in Park and like Rap City was on and shit. Like I could be highly mistaken, but they did not play a whole lot of Wayne and Dipset joints. Like they did play them separately. They played Wayne and Dipset joints separately. But you want to know when the biggest I think collab from New York that Wayne had was the Jadakiss collab with the pop bottles. That shit was on BET's top 10 forever. That shit was on damn near every radio station. And see, here's the thing: is I guess from what I have seen, Joe's not very specific about this like timeline of when Dipset supposedly stamped Wayne. So let me like look up this era. I'm trying to think. When did we talking like '07? That one? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, jeez, can't even score, and I'm not even paying attention. Nice little backdoor cut. Yeah, Wayne was platinum with the Hot Boys in '99. Like, and here's this is just me. I could be completely wrong, but maybe I'm mistaken. The era that they talking about is like the era when like, and let me make sure I got my timeline correct. Oh, easy work, easy work. Let's go. Yeah, I ain't even playing defense. I'm trying to get this timeline straight. When when was they wearing button downs in the New York clubs? Like, wasn't that around the same era, if I'm not mistaken, when Jay Z and them was having motherfuckers wearing but like three-piece mafia suits to the fucking club and shit? Maybe not that to that extent, but motherfuckers was wearing dress clothes and office casual to go clubbing and shit, right? That was the New York fashion. So you telling me simultaneously they was rocking that as fashion, and then they was also holding down like the street fashion. Because that's honestly, if we keeping it a buck, that's really not the case. We talking about where Dipset got they style from. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Joel's with the bandana and Cameron with the pink mink. I mean, of course, like that's classic shit. But I'm talking about in general with like the do rags and the big jerseys that Dipset was wearing. That's some in the baggy jeans and shit. Am I mistaken, or is that some down south shit? Like they kind of took some down south style, added some fucking Tims and some a little bit of New York high fashion to it, and called that, you know. And that was Dipset's kind of style when everybody in New York was wearing like they was just getting onto that high fashion that Ye was pushing. And that's when Jay Z was kind of like elevating his style. He was going from like the New York Yankees cap to wearing like, wearing button down suits, and he's the new Sinatra and all that shit. And he was on his grown man shit. Then he linked up with Kanye, who really like put him onto like the fashion game and all of that, which is cool. I just feel like, and I've seen this before, like this take online because I've had it too. Like I feel like New York is like they invented hip hop. Like hip hop started in New York. No one will ever take that away from them. But them, whenever somebody tries to do other hip hop, it's like they'll hate on it first and then they'll try to claim that they started the shit. I do not understand it. I do not understand. First, when that whole drill wave popped off and shit in Chicago, the real hip hop lyric heads were like this shit is the worst shit to ever happen, ever, right? Like this ain't hip hop, this isn't lyricism, this is just rapping about murders and crimes and shit, right? Well then around that same time, Bobby Shmurda and them drop. And they kind of have a New York, they own a little take on the drill scene, which was cool. And everybody thought they was dissing, GDs across the nation because they was dropping rakes in their videos, but really they was just beefing with local GDs. It's a whole nother. But when GS9 and them first started coming out with that New York drill wave, then you had the other crews like the what is it, the Blickies and the you had the Blickies, and then you had what is it, the Woos and the Chews and the Chos or whatever. Woos and the Chews. And yeah, that thing pop off. But then as that evolved, they didn't have that New York sound. You know what they heavily borrowed from? They pretty much started stealing a lot of they like style, or at least beat style. We are smoking these fools right now. I ain't even gonna lie. Where is the blocking foul, bro? This motherfucker spent like 10 years in the paint. What are we talking about? But they really started taking a lot of their shit from that UK, like, it started out as the UK grime. Like, that's where the whole sound started from. And then it kind of evolved into UK drill. And then New York took it, slapped some Tims and a fucking do rag on it, and was like, "Nah, this, this our shit now." But it's not. But they want to try and claim it, like, "Oh, this that New York drill." No, y'all took UK drill kind of and just put New York in front of it. Like, there's nothing boom bap about it, y'all. It's just literally took UK's wave pretty much. And nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to talk about that shit, but they did that shit. I find as a historian, I definitely find it ironic. That's taking some shit from the Brits, bruh. We worked so hard to detach ourselves, especially that East Coast, and now they're trying to be just like them. And then Drake starting to rap like him too. Oh, that's on me. Mello should have splashed that. I'm gonna have to call timeout here in a sec. If I'm not mistaken, Wayne had like 3 albums out before Joel Santana even had one. Before Joel's even dropped his first album. And we want to talk about Dipset made Wayne hot? Like what? Nationwide? or just or because the East Coast stamped him, all of a sudden he was able to say that he was able to claim that he was the greatest rapper. They all over the place with these arguments, and again, they don't really give a like a clear timeline. He just said when Wayne was running around Dipset and he took their whole style. Okay, so who did Wayne take style from? Because that's the whole reason why him and Push fell, or not Push, him and Pharrell fell out. That's the whole reason why. Because Pharrell thought that they would took Bathing Ape from his squad or whatever, took his style a little bit. He dissed him, and it's been up since. This is even spilled over to the Pusha T and Drake shit. So now Wayne biting Pharrell. Now Wayne biting Dipset. Now they just like in a fashion sense, like, bruh, I ain't gonna lie. Wayne did have like a little new, like in that era, he did have like a New York kind of style to him, but he was still dressing baggy ass t-shirts. And then he came up with that whole skinny jean shit. And then who started wearing skinny jeans and shit like that, dressing like a quote unquote vampire and shit? Jim Jones. No one want to talk about that though. No one want to talk. They're not bringing that shit up though. East Coasters got this like I don't even know what to call it. Is it like the creator complex? Because they invented something. Now they got to have a hand in everything. They didn't even like Southern rap. They didn't even like that whole chopped and screwed type music and shit. And then ASAP Rocky came out. Now all of a sudden everybody was getting purple and slowed up and shit. And they was claiming that shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, y'all. Y'all. New York been stealing and riding waves for a minute and trying to pass it off as their own. And really, ASAP ain't even like he got that shit from the South. That's where it originated from. But he really like his early shit was really a product of like the Raider clan and fucking what is it, Space Ghost Perps producing and shit. Cause that's when ASAP Mob and Raider clan was like this, and then they fell out. That's why ASAP's that what is it, the Long Live, not the Long Live, that shit out of here. Earn those. That's why at long last ASAP don't sound nothing like Long Live ASAP or Live Love ASAP. Because he wasn't getting them Raider Clan beats no more. He wasn't getting the chopped and screwed sound. And Raider Clan was really just stealing, not stealing. I would say that they were heavily influenced by they was Florida motherfuckers influenced by 3 6 and DJ Screw and all them. So I really hate when these New Yorkers be on some like, oh no, we started this shit, we got a hand in all this, and ain't nothing bigger than New York. Like, nah, bro. Like, there's been other waves that y'all stole from. There's been other waves in hip hop. There's been other artists elsewhere that have popped off without New York radio, especially in this day and age. Like I said, in 2007, 2006, YouTube was really blowing up with music, and everybody was making them like. That's the Tupac remix era and shit when people was slapping an old Tupac verse on every other beat type shit, sounding like ass, because motherfuckers didn't know how to mix. Here we go, Pat. We kind of killing them right now. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep them in. I'm gonna keep my starters in. There we go. Yeah, once I seen they had Julius Randle, I said we got a chance. Nice. Is that a three? He is taking three. God damn it. Of course I missed one. Carmelo only has 4 points, but that's, I mean, Larry Bird kind of been locking him up. I'm not gonna lie. Ain't no fucking way. What? Who is that? Ray Allen? That's Kevin Johnson? Yeah, he. Wow. Crazy work. Crazy, crazy work. There we go. Shout out the viewer or the viewers. I got one on Twitch, or I had one on each, but now I only got one. Shout out to the viewer on Twitch though. But yeah, and it's no disrespect to New York and none of that. Like they have a, like I said, they got talent. ASAP Rocky talent. But let's not like try to ignore like, or let's not try to act like y'all just is the reason why everybody in the rap game has ever popped off ever. Like even I think even his on his most recent thing, his podcaster was like, yeah, like we still look at Atlanta like some little brothers type shit, and it's just like how, how has there, yo, has there been like, may I could be wrong, I'm tripping. Has there been an artist or artists that have popped off on a national stage from New York, that had a bigger pop off or break than the Migos in the last decade? Oh, I can't think of none off the top of my head. Pop Smoke might have been like getting there. Rest in peace. But the Migos popped off from Atlanta. I didn't see them collab with, change their style or do anything with New York. They went international. And they was so hot, they didn't have to be on some New York lyricism and do none of that. That whole new Atlanta wave with Rich Homie and Thug and Migos. Like besides them New York drill rappers, like what is it, 22 G's and Chef G and the Blickies and all them. Those have been the most recent. But then when they had like buku talent, let me call this time out real quick. When they had buku talent, like they had pro era in Flatbush Zombies and the Underachievers all coming up at the same time. And the only one that really got like national or international play or attention was Joey Badass. All that talent, right? Flatbush Zombies had one of the best mixtapes. Had a couple mixtape runs. Their album was real fire. the whole Beast Coast movement came together, dropped an Escape from New York project. I didn't see nobody. I didn't see. I mean, maybe I'm tripping. I'll have to go back and see. I didn't see nobody who from New York who loves lyricism or who talks about they love lyricism and they can't stand how, the mumble rap shit. I didn't see nobody praising that album how it should have been. I thought that project was dope. And it's so different from that New York drill. Like they really that whole Beast Coast movement, that pro era, all them, they ain't get the push. I didn't see nobody in New York talking about this is real hip hop, this is real listen. Motherfuckers was talking about that about Joey. But I didn't see nobody from anybody like any of those groups get pushed like they did Joey. And to be real, like there was a point when Joey was not producing or releasing the best music either. I didn't really like I didn't fuck with a lot of his experimental shit. I ain't gonna cap. And it's not like those guys wasn't dropping projects or dropping music. They was actually dropping really good projects, had some good singles. It just again wasn't getting that push for some reason like Joey got in that New York. That's the thing though is everybody want to come they want to claim everything come through New York, but they don't even want to push like the motherfuckers with the most talent arguably, you know? And that goes for the media and even the rappers too. Like it's crazy to me that even though like Joey was getting all that hype and that praise and shit, never got did he do any collabs with like Jay-Z, Nas, Jadakiss? I Method Man gave what is it? ASAP Mob a fucking feature. I got the funky funky style with like it boggles my mind that dudes like Rocky and dudes like Joey couldn't or like they haven't gotten a feature from Jay or Jadakiss, somebody like that. Maybe they just haven't reached out or whatever. I don't know the reason, but it hasn't happened. Yet they want to sit here and go back and claim, oh yeah, no, we that whole Wayne style. Wayne wasn't stamped until he started fucking around with Bird Gang and Dipset and all that. That's crazy. It's crazy. That's complete revisionist history, fam. I won't stand for that, and we're not letting that stand. And maybe they felt like they didn't need features, because I mean that's kind of how like that whole West Coast movement was for a minute. Like we didn't see Kendrick or Absol or J Rock and none of them get like an Ice Cube feature or think Kendrick worked with Dre a little bit. But even Ab Soul said it in one of his songs. He said, "No," he said, "I never felt like I needed Dre or Snoop to help. No, damn it, give me all of the credit." Like, even talks about it. I ain't never heard like a another East Coast motherfucker say, "No, I don't need Jay Z help." Like Joey was like, "I'm thinking about signing to the Rock, but my homies on the Rock still is signed to the Rock, or homies on the block still is signed to the Rock," type shit. And that's the thing, Jay. You passed up on Cole. You passed up on Joey and them. Could have got them national, international play and shit. Pushed them. It didn't happen. But yeah, then like I said, but now Wayne's whole mainstream and greatest rapper alive run was yeah. No, we not. And I have a whole video of this on my YouTube channel of why Jay Z isn't my goat. So I'm a little biased. I'm not gonna cap, especially towards Jay. Like if people believe that Jay Z is the greatest rapper of all time, and you just have a like a personal bias towards that, that's fine. I have no problem with it. Everybody has their favorite. It's subjective. I'm not gonna tell you who your favorite is, but when you tell me start, that's when the argument comes in. When like, nah, he's the goat because of sales, or he's the. If you want to say he's the goat because of longevity, sure. A lot of people didn't get that opportunity, like Pac and Big and all them. So if you want to give him that goat lifetime achievement award for show, but I mean, let's not act like he wasn't getting outsold. It's not like every time he dropped something, it went, number one, or like there was just no competition. Bro got outsold by DMX. Bro got outsold by Eminem. At the time he was rising and pushing Rockefeller, uh, Big Pun and them was pushing the Terror Squad shit, which was arguably just as big as Rock until, unfortunately Big Pun passed. And I don't know, it's probably my Latin bias, but I fucked with Capital Punishment over Hard Knock Life. That's just me. Even even though Hard Knock Life outsold Capital Punishment, I thought Capital Punishment was the better project. If we just go, that's just my opinion though. Some people may not feel like that, and that's fine. Cause like I said, it's all subjective. Like if Jay or Goat, cool. Like if you want to talk about like business acumen and stuff like not rap related, sure, he is very influential and and even rap related, he's had a lot of impact on a lot of artists. So if you want to talk about like that longevity shit as far as like influence and impact on the game, sure, I'm not gonna discredit like what Jay has done. But like for them to be like, oh no, he's always been the GOAT, the number one rapper. Like there was a point in time where he was not even considered like a GOAT in New York. There's some that might not have even had him in their top three when Biggie was alive, or even after Big, like a couple years after Big was alive. They still probably wouldn't have had Jay maybe top three because you still had, and this is me. You still got guys like Method Man that are still alive. Nas is still alive. Method Man is still actively doing projects, and his business acumen has been around just as much. His net worth may not be what Jay's is because I mean Jay has also has a multi-million billion dollar spouse as well. But Meth has helped put a lot of young artists from New York on, and has just as much, I would say, if not more, influence. And I'm like, I think if we keeping it a buck, he could go bar for bar with Jay. Like, there's a lot of like, even like I was mentioning earlier, Joey Badass. I feel like could go bar for bar with Jay, and I don't know why we never got that. I'm trying to get the ball out. Willis Reed bullying my guy. Oh, what? Oh, here we go. They kind of catching up. Oh, Zion. We gotta chill out. And another thing, like, this is completely off the subject of Jay, but like a lot of people praise Jay-Z's business acumen, right? And what he's done philanthropy wise and shit like that, which is cool. I mean, it's another reason why like people like LeBron as the GOAT, because of his philanthropy or his off the ball. Like, he didn't have a gambling problem like Jordan, they say. Or, he didn't punch teammates, shit like that. Yeah, you're on my level. If y'all would have told me Dave Bing would have had the most points in this game, I probably wouldn't have fucking believed y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's on me. I don't know why he stepped into that, but I'm gonna put that back up. But I seen a tweet the other day. I seen Whack 100 even said the shit, but I don't take nothing what Whack 100 says for granted. But somebody on Twitter said, uh, the greatest thing to happen to Nipsey Hussle was his death, as far as his legacy is concerned, which is just absolutely outrageous. And here's what I don't understand: is how do they downplay somebody like Nipsey's legacy? And by they, I just mean like hip hop fans in general, or like people who believe this shit about Nipsey. If you firmly believe that like Nipsey's death was the reason for him blowing up, then you obviously did not listen to any Nipsey projects while he was alive. Nipsey Hussle was fire. Crenshaw and Slauson mixtape. The marathon continues. Mailbox money, like these are fire projects. And on top of what he was doing for his community as far as investing back into it and buying out the little strip mall and shit and trying to build an empire and create a brand. I just don't understand how people say that or try and say that he was overrated or try and downplay what he was trying to do and then they sit there and be like, "Oh, Jay's philanthropy is, that's what puts him over the top of a lot of these rappers." Like, I get it. I like me, Jay-Z just not my cup of tea. When he was rapping about selling drugs and doing all that, he wasn't the best one doing that. When he was talking about street shit, he wasn't the best one doing that. When he was talking about like gangster, mafia, business minded shit, he wasn't the best one doing that. Biggie did it better. And then when Biggie died, he started to get on that a little bit. As far as his drug dealing stories and like his hood stories, D Block and Jadakiss did it better. Sorry. That's just my opinion. In terms of like witty lyricism, my opinion, Meth do it better. Dave Bing, Clutch. Damn, Patrick Ewing is fucking tired, brother. We gonna have to get Buddy out of there. We gonna have to get my guy out of there. Yeah, they took Larry out, or no, they put him back in. I see. It's a little too late for that though. It's just a little too late. Fuck. Splash that, cash that. Yeah, AI and Mello didn't really have the best game, but like Dave Bing went the fuck off. And I'm cool with that. Damn. Tried to draw that foul, I'm not gonna lie. No, sir. Yeah, AI and Melo about to take over this fourth, and then I'll take them out and let the rookies have some fun for this last 2 minutes. We are just straight. We cooking these guys on their home court. That's a foul. That's on me. Yeah, no. This is my opinion. Jay Z just not my goat as far as rapping goes. I don't necessarily have like a top five, top 10 list. I'll have to really do it, and it just depends on the metrics, you know. Like if we're just talking just purely favorite, like fuck sales, fuck influence, just like bar for bar, song for song type shit. But then you kind of have to factor sales in, and at some point, like for example, like my favorite rapper of all time is Lord Infamous from 3 6 Mafia. To me, his flow, his writing, like he's been given a lot of the writing credit for 3 6 Mafia's early shit, especially like their first like 2 3 albums, which to me have been extremely influential even in today's hip hop sphere. But he not like considered a lyrical goat by by anybody really. Like he's an underground artist, and he don't really rap about mainstream shit. Like you could rap about selling drugs and shit, but 3 6 Mafia in their early days was really rapping about like tying motherfuckers up, putting them in the trunk, doing hella drugs, just rapping about random shit. But the way they put that shit together was cold as fuck. And then like how do you factor in longevity? Because like Pimp C, extremely still influential in today's scope. A lot of his bars and lyrics though, or not a lot, I should say some of his bars and lyrics don't really like kind of kind of off, but a lot of that old school shit is. But his later projects, like his solo projects, fire. A lot of people have Andre 3000 as the greatest rapper of all time, or just like in Southern history, you know. And it's just like that to me is kind of downplaying Andre 3000's credit, or not Andre 3000, Big Boy's credit. Saying Andre 3K is the greatest. Well, then what is Big Boy? Because it's not like Andre carried every song. I'm gonna be real. The way I see it, he did carry a lot of those early like Outcast hits, but as they evolved as artists, Big Boy was wrecking shit on the mic for a minute. And then you got guys like Killer Mike who've been on that like black wealth shit for years, and I mean that woke spiritual shit for years while still maintaining like this gangster image. And he got bars for days, and he's just now being recognized. Just got album of the year, and he's what, almost 50? If he's not 50, like Killer Mike is a legend. Surprised that's not a foul. We got them out there. Quick up. Quick one up game. We got time for one more. Fuck it. Yeah, that's kind of the hot takes I wanted to get off. I had some. I was talking about music the other day and how like it's not about creating legendary projects nowadays. It's about making them that one hit single on TikTok or and shit like that. That's gonna be hot for the next three months maybe. You know, they want that one big TikTok bit or that one hit song that's on Spotify and all that. They're not trying to. It's not really about uh creating like a wide broad like a say a 15 to 20 track album anymore. It's more about like 7, 8 song projects. Each song is like 3 minutes or less. You hoping to get that catchy hook or that one like bar that gets everybody's attention. All right, we'll have more of these city shit. Why not? And just the state of the game right now is like that's it's the hottest time right now for female rap. For women rappers, like they are. This is kind of the apex. This is we got the most, maybe not the most talent, but we have a wide array of female artists. And like I was mentioned, Coil Ray, Glorilla, Meg, Cardi B, all of them have really huge followings, but none of them like, and they all are really good artists in their own right, but they don't really drop like that. And you still got Nicki Minaj dropping here and there, and I'm biased against her. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not a big Nicki Minaj fan. I just think this is me. She the equivalent of what people say Bill Russell is. She got to come up in the easiest era, got called the best when there was really no competition. There wasn't even like a Wilt. Her Wilt Chamberlain was fucking honey cocaine. Like let's keep it a buck. She ain't have no real competition. And then when Cardi and them started to come up, she pulled the fucking how Lil Kim did her and treated her. She did them exactly like that. Tried to hate on everything they did, downplay what they did, try to say that she created a wave and she started the blueprint, or excuse me, the pink print and all that. And like it's crazy because Cardi B has had the exact like opposite approach. She'd been trying to collab with everybody. She was trying to get, Ice Spice on. And people might hate that shit. People might hate this new wave of like female rap, which is cool. They'd be like, are they it's basically just strippers rapping. I mean, we've had drug dealers rapping for years, telling their stories and shit. And shit that dudes in the struggle can relate to that maybe women necessarily couldn't, and so they had to collaborate with women artists or even R&B artists to try and cross over and get those mainstream looks. Whereas now these women artists are rapping about like shit women are going through and that women can relate to, and they getting a buzz too on the male side because they are attractive. Oh damn! Please hit that. And I can get it. They're not super duper lyrical, spiritual miracle, but who really is nowadays? Duh Baby ain't a wordsmith. Lil Baby ain't. I was talking last stream about like Mexican OT and the way. Listen, I just listened to Lil Baby's new shit, and I didn't want to hear it at first. I thought it was just hatred, but now looking at it, nah, this motherfucker is Mexican to Baby, fam. That Mexican OT, he got the same exact. They be rapping the same, bruh. And I know Lil Baby, or I know the Baby don't change up his flow for nothing. So I know where it came from first. But Mexican OT pretty much stole his flow kind of and added some Texas slang on it, rolling his R's a little bit, made it his own, which is cool. Oh, now we just bricking shit. Okay, we got to start driving in there with Braun. I wonder who's guarding Braun. Yeah, we might have to put somebody else on Luca. We might have to put like Dame on Kyrie and Austin Reeves on Luca. We might have to have white on white type beat. Yeah, get off me, Luca. Give me that. Oh, please. Thank God. Wasn't the green, but we got that shit. Look like they about to double team James on catch. It's not even a question. So we gonna have to watch out for that. Run this little pick and roll 2-man game. Oh God damn, Daniel Gafford not playing. We are not fucking playing. Oh, let's go. We not playing either. Let's go. I kind of wanted him to hop step, but he ain't do all that. See, there we go. Splash. Oh no. Ooh, Kyrie's nasty step back. That was dirty work. Yeah, Kyrie abusing both of them over there. Lillard and Reeves. That nice little spin. Please. Oh my god, Dame. Let's go back to back. We're gonna have to call timeout here soon. Ooh, I seen that. I seen that shit coming. I was about to foul Luca and they called timeout instead. I'll take it. We're gonna need Kemba. Definitely gonna need Kemba. Yeah, the woman talent pool has severely increased, and I mean, it just seems like, besides maybe like a couple outliers, there's no. You got those underground dudes who is always gonna be the spiritual lyrical miracles, but like, like I said, there's no Kendricks on the come up. There's no J. Cole's that we see. Like, the only one that really kind of got like that kind of style is maybe Larry June, but I see him as more of like a Dom Kennedy type. He kind of stole Dom Kennedy's flow, but there's not really anyone out there that's just creating like a new wave, new sound, like something just different, you know? Everybody want be on Metro booming beats and or rap off beat on some Blueface or Boss Man D-Lo type shit. You got I was about to say you got artists like Sexy Red canceling fucking uh canceling stadium shows because these artists, they have a following on social media, but they're not making their shows affordable, and they're doing like these stadium shows where, yeah, they get a lot of bread from it, but you can also get a lot of bread from doing smaller venues and make getting your name known, and like I said, smaller venues, do some festivals, maybe some smaller venue tours or something like that. Not everything got to be like these big old productions. Then you got dudes like hey, you got dudes like Lil Yachty exposing motherfuckers. Lil Yachty writing for the whole hip hop. And it's funny because when he when Drake got exposed for his initial ghostwriting, and then he continued to use it like because some reference tracks from Yachty and Drake leaked of Drake rapping bar for bar what Yachty had, and now some woman rapper named Caribou getting exposed, and he's exposing his friend Mitch for never having a job, and I don't know, Yachty on this Crash Out tour, and it's getting kind of cringeworthy. I'm not gonna lie. And I was never even a Yachty fan like that. So if the whole game is getting written by him, and I don't think bro got bars like that. But his shit is catchy. I will give brother that. His shit is catchy. It's that cookie cutter shit everybody can kind of relate to. It's a bop, whatever. But there's no soul in it. There ain't no soul in it. That's why, like, me, like, I fuck with drill rap heavily. Like, I fuck with the underground drill artists that ain't even big like that. From all areas, too. Like, Chicago drill, when Miami's little war they had going on with Fulio and Ace, RP Fulio. Just a guilty pleasure because these motherfuckers is really rapping about real life experiences, putting it on wax, and they're not doing it. They're doing it for the bag for show, but they're not doing it necessarily to blow up or because they think there's gonna be like this big blow up behind it. They doing it to get their story out there and to mainly fucking diss ops sometimes. But goddamn Kemba, about to say, bro, just ran straight out. That ain't no block. And if we talking like now, it's weird because now it's like nobody really cares if you write your own shit. You can have a motherfucker write your whole album, goddamn, and nobody really, as long as it's fire, motherfuckers will listen. But you still got those like that old guard of like Method Man, Jadakiss, dudes who embody hip hop, who don't need they lyrics being rapped on the beat. They rap their lyrics in concert, live. They give you that live experience. And that's kind of like if you're not the biggest dope trap seller in your area or you don't got like five bodies under your belt, like motherfuckers just like they don't want to hear that shit. And to me, I think it's even I think it'd be corny too when like the artists who hate rap or the rappers who hate rap and they're like, "Oh, I hate the state the game is in and I'm here to change the game and this and that." And it's like, bruh, if you hate rap and how it is, like then why are you rapping? Like you clearly know the politics of it at this point. We all know like art like you can get big no sketch without like a major label push or whatever, but with SoundCloud and all them dudes coming up and them how saturated the rapper market has been, everybody like now like I remember when motherfuckers was fascinated with like fast rappers. Now everybody the fastest rapper, every white boy could rap like MGK and Eminem. At this point it's not even impressive no more. How many syllables you could fit into 8 bars. Like for the pioneers that did it, like Twista and M and all those guys who could actually flow and tell a story with it. I mean, it's not like a lost art. It's just people that the art isn't as appreciated anymore because of how saturated it became. Motherfuckers spitting 100 words a minute and not saying nothing. You feel me? And then you have like the whole mumble rap era and shit like that. Which, like I said, like Migos and them wasn't the most lyrical or none of that. But then like we talk about sales or people want to talk about sales and first week numbers and sales like that. You never know what first week sales because you never know what song is gonna take off 3 months, 4 months from now. You feel me? Motherfuckers will hear some shit, a 10-year-old song on TikTok, and now all of a sudden that shit got top 10 Spotify listeners and shit because now everybody knows about this. Or they sample a song, somebody will sample a song, and now that song is popular. Like when Kodak Black dropped that Superstars, Man, everybody was running to go see where the fuck that sample came from and shit like that. At least like motherfuckers who like hip hop and shit or who fuck with rap like that. And that was a fire beat. I couldn't tell you. I mean, Firehook. We could have been superstars, but I couldn't really tell you like a bar that was like that hit. I'd have to re-listen to the song, but off top, that couldn't tell you a bar that was just like, oh damn, Kodak killed that shit. It's more really today more about flow. And like I said, if you rapping about Glocks and switches and shit, which I fuck with, just do it in a if you do it can do it in a clever way. That's what it's all about. I even fuck with some of like the not clever shit, just the outrageously disrespectful shit. Cause at least is different than I'm not a big fashion person, so motherfuckers rapping about Givenchy and Louis Vuitton, that shit is not. Jay-Z rap about Rembrandts and owning land in Dumbo and shit. I cannot relate. I'm sorry. I cannot relate. However, a motherfucker dropping a diss song or doing a song dissing the motherfuckers who killed his dead brother, yeah, I can kind of not necessarily relate, but I can see their perspective. Yeah, I gotta call timeout low key. Luca just pulling up. This is gonna be a good series. Nasty. That's nasty work from Dame. Okay, that's only his first. I thought he had a little bit more than that. Kyrie. Got him. Oh, I gotta stop shooting with LeBron. How many has he missed? Oh, that's only his first one. Okay, I guess I haven't really been using Braun. Fuck out of here. Good defense. Get that shit out of here. Good foul. Earn that shit, buddy. Dame. Too easy. Nice. Hit that nice little midi. Walker Kessler. What the fuck? Come on, brother. That boy. No, what? That's I kind of want to challenge that, but it's whatever, I guess. Barnacles. We're gonna let this timeout rock out. Yeesh. God damn it, Dame. That shit sailed. Jason Kidd. No, I understand. I be going off on tangents. But this is Ants Random Rants, y'all. Ain't no sports on. I can't talk about no sports. So I'm just talking about some hot takes, some hot hip hop takes. Jay Z not my goat. Sorry, but if he is yours, like I'm not really tripping on it. You feel me? All right. I know we kind of used some timeouts early, but we got to start pulling away because these dudes is catching up. Got him. I don't know why Braun took the longest two of life, but he made it. That's all that matters. Can't be doing that shit, buddy. Yeah, I kind of got all my hot rap takes off, and now at least what I really been, I was watching last night before I went to sleep. Apparently, there's like some heavy drama in the NBA YouTube basketball community. Oh my goodness. Austin Reeves, baby. Oh, you got to get that rebound, bro. Come on. Let's go. That's too easy. Oh no. Hey, John Collins keeping it fucking clutch. All right, that's all good. I'm not tripping on it. Let's go. Oh, got it. Oh, fuck. Oh, and it's still our ball. Let's go. Yeah, apparently there's like beef between Legend of Winning and Big Ox TV or Big Ox Media. And it's escalated. It started out with, I guess there was some accusations and allegations that weren't substantiated against, I guess, Legend of Winning or something. So then Legend of Winning called out Ticket TV for filming girls when they aren't uh, looking, which is illegal. But Ticket TV is in Dominican Republic, so the laws are different. Trying to follow what's been going on. I have really been trying to, but I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch because I feel like I'm missing something because I've been trying to follow it, or I've been following it since Ticket TV was on Ox Court, and apparently, like it evolved from, it was Legend of Winning kind of shitting on Ticket TV, which I mean, Ticket TV is not the most likable person, to put it bluntly. But then he started kind of dissing Ox, calling him a weirdo, saying he's a clout chaser. And I mean, yeah, I mean, as a content creator, we all trying to chase a little bit of clout. E- Everybody wants some recognition, some sort. Everybody want to get their name up. Everybody want them views and subs and all that. And controversy sells, if nothing else. Controversy sells. And Big Ox was running his lane of having, beefs held on his ox court, where you have like grown men arguing. And here's the thing about grown men arguing. Two things is gonna happen. It's gonna be a conversation, or it's going to turn into a confrontation. There's no in between. People are going to have a civil disagreement, or it is going to devolve into name calling and getting shit off that you have been holding in about this person for a minute. So when Legend of Winning is calling Big Ox a clout chaser and a weirdo and and basically attacking his character, Big Ox immediately goes to the fat jokes. Because even though Big Ox is called Big Ox, he not big. He just a tall dude. Played basketball semi-professionally, I believe, at a very high at a higher level than I've ever played it. Right? Same thing with a lot of these. Because like the pros are uh getting their own social medias going and their own platforms and podcasts and telling their stories. Then you have things like player choice, where you have a mixture of people who genuinely they study the sport of basketball, like Mars and Legend of Winning and Pensair to an extent. These guys have never played on like a team level, right? Never been in the gym, never been in like a locker room and experienced that traveling with a team and all that. Which I get it. It's a whole different dynamic. It's a different dynamic than like the pro level, but it's still a dynamic. You're telling it from a different perspective within the sport. And players' choice has created a very uh, it's a pretty good network of people. It's a solid group of guys who are knowledgeable about basketball. And when you have disagreements and shit like this is bound to happen. I mean, this whole beef run, like ever since Mars and Dub kind of had a falling out and Dub left PC or whatever, it's been like beef back to back. And I feel like a part of it is because it's fucking the off season. Ain't shit to talk about. Ain't shit basketball to talk about. They already done pretty much all the rankings going into this season, future outlooks. That's why some of these like sports shows on TV have like, off seasons or whatever. They cover different sports because talking about the same sport and it's not on. Uh, yeah, it's gonna get kind of stale sometimes, especially if you're doing 3 hour fucking streams at a time talking about one sport. You're gonna have to get some clickbait in there. Sometimes you're gonna have to argue something. So sometimes people get. I'm not going to say people get like offended easily or people, but like yeah, you would start attacking somebody's character online or saying some shit you would never say to their face. People gonna feel some type of way and people gonna call you out on that shit for sure. You feel me? And I feel like some people just can't let shit go even on the internet because like some people will say like, "Oh, I don't watch comments. I don't care about views," or like, I don't care what people think." They do. If you are sitting there. I'm trying to find a good angle for this fucking camera. My bad, y'all. Trying to go back and forth with somebody over the internet because, you're trying to protect your image. Then clearly you care. But I mean, it's fair though, because nobody wants their character assassinated. Nobody trying to get called a bitch in real life or a bitch online, especially by somebody who wouldn't call them a bitch in real life, who would only be comfortable by saying some shit like that online, or insulting them. So I can understand that. But there are conversations to be had behind closed doors. Like, and I get it. So when motherfuckers go to social media, the initial reaction is eye for an eye type shit. Oh, you want to go to the media and the blogs and do all this shit? Well, we can do that. But at the end of the day, you only just put in like each other's business out there for everybody to see. When necessarily people don't necessarily give a fuck. They just nosy. That's one of some shit I stand by in general. People don't really care about what the fuck you be doing. They just nosy. They just want to see if you doing better or worse than them at times. So motherfuckers beefing over like petty shit over the internet or name calling over the internet, to me, like, that shit kind of crazy to me. But I get this people you gotta see, or not like see in person every day, but you gotta deal with because y'all are in the same space. Y'all cross paths with a lot of the same people. Y'all network with a lot of the same people. Y'all talk about a lot of the same topics. When people mention basketball podcasts, they in that same breath as each other. Low and Big Ox and Damo and all them. Like, I just watched Damo's video, and Damo kind of just like I applaud him because he's not trying to get in the beef because it really don't, and nobody really mentioned his name. Ain't nobody say he a bitch. Ain't nobody call him a weirdo. But he do affiliate with all these people. And again, this is the internet. This ain't some street beef shit. So you can kind of do that. I mean, you're not gonna dictate who I can and can't be friends with online. Like my guy from a whole nother fucking state. Like, that shit is crazy. Especially if Brody ain't did shit to me. In real life, I'm like that. If nobody ain't did shit to me, I'm cool with them. I give a fuck what other people got to say. But it's then when motherfuckers tell me about somebody and then I kind of start to see it, what they talking about, then you gotta kind of fall back. But until I see it for myself, I'll be like that. 'Cause perception ain't always reality. Motherfuckers might have got done dirty by somebody, and hey, that ain't got shit to do with me, buddy. They didn't fuck me over. But now that I know they be doing that, I'll never allow them to put me in a situation like that. But Ox immediately going to the fat jokes, yeah, it's like Damo said, he had that shit keyed up. He had that shit all the way lined up. Even he wanted to get that shit off his chest for a minute. And that's the thing, you never know what people say behind you or about you behind closed doors. And until they say it to your face, you'll never really know. And you can't really even put too much stock or worry into it. People gonna say and talk about whatever they want. Whether they know the whole truth from your side or somebody else's side or not, really. Like I said, it's that nosy shit. Like me, I'm covering the beef. These motherfuckers don't know who I am. But as a casual watcher of the show, I'm just like, damn, it gotta be the basketball off season. Ain't shit to talk about. Motherfuckers just getting disrespectful and shit. Well, really ain't even have to go. It ain't even have to go there. But with Big Ox allowing his channel to be a platform where motherfuckers could kind of get their shit off and talk they shit. And there is some times where he'll be like, ah, yo, like, that's not really cool, or like, you gotta be fair a little bit, like, you gotta chill. For the most part, though, he'll kind of just let shit go. And if you letting somebody who used to ride with you, or who used to ride with y'all, talk shit about the motherfuckers you currently are fucking with, yeah, bro, you kind of gotta, like, you kind of gotta pick a side at that point, bro. And when you don't pick a side and you allow slander and shit, and allegations and accusations, like, yeah, people gonna feel some type of way about that. And two wrongs don't always necessarily make a right. Like I said, all this could have been handled with like a phone call, but now you got Big Ox talking about flying to Atlanta, and if Flo want to pull up on him, he can, and this and that, and it's just like, how did this get here, bro? I feel like every community go through this shit. Every community. 10 years ago in the fucking Call of Duty community, there was motherfucker Woody's gamer tag was about to meet up with some dude who was harassing his kid or some shit. This is the Call of Duty community. You had motherfuckers trying to meet up at gaming conventions, trying to pull up before the pull up was even like a thing. But I hope this shit gets solved with, you know, no violence. I'm not even saying minimal violence. I don't want nothing. This is stupid as fuck, bro. And then again, like, you insulting somebody's personal character and then threatening to fight them, like, bro, like, what are we even arguing about at this point? You know? Like I said, you don't want a conversation no more, bro. You looking for a confrontation, bro. It's like nobody gets clout points for this shit. To me, you don't get clout points for pulling up to Atlanta and trying to bully Low. And Low don't get clout points for going on there and saying shit. He really could have said to Big Ox. He could have called Big Ox and been like, "Nah, I'm not really fucking with you no more. I don't want to share a screen with you. To me, you kind of been on some weird shit. You kind of a goofy, but that's just how I feel." And whatever happened happened. But both of them taking that shit to the internet, and y'all supposed to be like cooler than that, and y'all been on shows and uh created content together, not necessarily collabing, but just been on the same shows. Y'all have some rapport with each other. It's not like this this new guy like Pensair coming in here and trying to disrespect Lowe's intelligence and shit. Like, nah, y'all have a decent rapport with each other. So to be going out, to be crashing out like this, crazy, bro. Friends like these, who needs enemies type beat, you know? Yeah, Braun took the fuck over. John Collins had, bruh. Austin Reeves too. Everybody went the fuck off. I'm gonna call timeout. Let them play these last two. We gotta make a statement in LA, and I'll probably call this a stream. But yeah, no, I hope everything could be solved with, like I said, just a phone call. But it just seems like once the threats and the fat jokes and the disrespect and shit like that, it's a and people be like, well, don't say shit that you shouldn't or that you wouldn't say online than you would say in real life. Don't say shit that you like. Don't. How do I put this? Motherfuckers know. Like we grown. We know what the fuck we doing. Motherfuckers know what fighting words are, right? Like you know what's disrespectful to motherfuckers. Like, and it's kind of true in a certain regard. Saying a slur like the F word may not be on the same level as telling someone like, "Oh, you're glazing this player" or something like that, or insinuating like, "Oh, you're essentially dick riding," pretty much. I'm not saying you getting slapped in the face, bro, but like, bro, that's insulting. Is it not? It's not endearing. Oh, you dick riding Braun, or you dick riding this person, or you're glazing this person. Low really be telling motherfuckers like, yeah, this dude had tickets dick so far down his throat. Like basically insinuating bro is gay in a disrespectful manner without saying the F slur. Like is that not on the same? If you said that to somebody's face, not even if you saying you sucking anybody like as a man, and I hate that term as a man, but dead ass like that's crazy. A fight go with that usually. Them is fighting words, no matter how you fucking look at that shit. S my D or quit sucking dude off or whatever, or go get your girlfriend, or yeah, listen to your boyfriend, or like yo, you know what you doing. You antagonizing motherfuckers because that's some shit motherfuckers doing high school, like middle school type shit. We know what'll piss a motherfucker off. We know how to press buttons and shit. Men, women, that's some shit we like. That's basic shit. That's like social contract basic shit. You feel me? Golden rule: treat me how I treat you. So when motherfuckers is on that, oh well, there's different levels. Okay, there might be different levels, bro, but every action has a science, bro. Every action has an equal or greater reaction, and you never know when that reaction is gonna be greater, and you get slapped the fuck up by somebody who don't play like that. Like yeah, with my homies and people like that, yeah, like I tell, got a homie Miles, man, fuck you. I don't really mean fuck you, but hey man, you like you trying to clown me, dog, man, fuck you type beat. Hey, fuck you, like playing around. I don't joke around with everybody like that. I'm not gonna tell a random stranger, man, fuck you, cause I know what come with that. Depending on who you talking to. It go back to that whole. I guess it go back to that whole like motherfuckers know who to play with. But some motherfuckers can take a joke and some motherfuckers can't. Some motherfuckers be sensitive and they say that they don't care. No, them motherfuckers be the ones who say they don't. That be super aggro trying to press motherfuckers when they feel offended, but they have no qualms about offending others. Or they don't care if they're offending others. But the second they get offended, now they defensive and they the victim type. That shit weak as hell to me. But that's all I got to say. I mean, like I said, I hope they squash that shit. That shit some middle school, like high school type shit that's just escalating to a place where it didn't even need to go. Talking about pulling up to Atlanta and shit. That shit. Like it's not even an ox court situation at this point. Y'all got to get on like a Skype or a Zoom call solo and just hash this shit out behind closed doors, no media, no nothing. I think that's what a lot of people don't get. Like, or again, or if y'all do box it out, don't post that shit. Like nobody want to see that shit, bro. Keep that shit behind closed door. We could hash that shit out like men, bro. Don't do that social media, internet clout chaser type shit, bro. Handle that shit like men. Squash that shit and keep it content. You know, ain't nobody gotta fucking go to jail, catch a flight, do none of that. It's fucking it's dumb as hell, bro. But that's just my opinion on the shit. Been at this for almost 2 hours. I'm sorry if I had a little background noise and shit, but that's all good. I'm not really tripping. It's I should have streamed earlier, honestly. I fucking had a long shift last night. It was my first night working midnight. We changed our hours at the dispensary, so worked till midnight. Ate, was gonna stream, and then I was like, nah, fucking gonna take a nap. Nap turned into some slumber type shit. So yeah, y'all be safe. It's fucking Saturday. Next Saturday, I will be at these casinos, and I probably won't even be live streaming like all weekend. I might come back and stream like Sunday night, Monday night type beat. We'll see what's popping though. I'm gonna try and get some content done tonight and tomorrow morning to get these. I finished that Mass Effect 2. I gotta figure out what the fuck to do with that. Uh, to do with the old school Let's Play, but I'll probably hop on some Ghost of Tsushima later on tonight or early tomorrow morning. Maybe play another 2 games of this. And yeah, I know I've been doing a lot of live content lately. I've just been. It's not that I have writer's block. I am unmotivated to write. I know exactly what I want to write about. I got shit planned. I got the plans for a lot of shit. I just need to get the pen to paper type beat. But it's again just some shit that I've been trying to work on personally. But y'all be safe. Uh, like I said, have a great Saturday, great weekend, all that. Um, go ahead and get some chores done, and take it easy, y'all. Been your boy, ANT, repping the motherfucking game. Gang.